What's up, guys? Here with you with FC Wonderkid. Here with my guy, Pedro. How are you?
Hey Alex, how you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. And if you clicked in this video, you know we're going to do a bit of a transfers ratings. Something new on this channel. So if you want to see more content just like this, tell us by liking the video down below. And let's get to a like goal of 200 likes, people.
And of course, guys, if you guys don't agree with our ratings, you can leave your rating below on the comment section.
Yes. So let's get started with the first transfer, which is a big game-changing transfer in the Premier League, which was Erling Haaland to Man City. So what were your initial thoughts when Haaland lands to Man City, Pedro?
I mean, my first thought was it's a statement acquisition, I think, for Man City, okay? I don't think Man City was desperate for that number 9, because I think they do fine without it. If you look at Pep Guardiola's teams, the ones he succeeded the most were without that pure number 9. He had Lewandowski at Bayern, but in Barcelona, he put Ibrahimovic aside. He put Messi at the number 9 position.
Yeah.
Okay, at the false 9. Now at Man City, he used Aguero. Now he's playing with Foden sometimes. Bernardo Silva also does that position. So he never really used that target man. Okay. So that's why I think that Man City wasn't desperate for Haaland. However, great acquisition, of course. Anyone who gets Haaland is a great acquisition. It's a great acquisition for their team. Every team in the world would love to have Haaland in their ranks. It's a player that easily can mean like 30 or 40 goals per season, or even more. We never know.
So 30 goals? That's what you... 30 goals in the Premier League?
No, not in the Premier League. I mean in the season, like Champions League.
But how many goals do you reckon he'll score in the Premier League?
Like, actually, I believe the Premier League is very similar in what comes to tactics and to intensity to the Bundesliga. I think it's stronger. I think the Bundesliga is a weaker version of the Premier League, but I think the game style is quite similar. So I think Haaland will fit in really well. I mean, he's a player that has 67 matches, 62 goals and 17 assists in the Bundesliga. More than 1 goal contribution per match, okay? It's crazy. So, I mean, half of that wouldn't be a crazy number for Haaland in the Prem.
But
I think that he will score around 20-25 goals in his first season
in the Premier League.
In the Premier League, yeah. I mean, it all depends on how he fits Guardiola's system. It's kind of going to be a new thing to see a player like this in Guardiola's Man City. We've never seen it. So yeah, I'm quite curious. Also because it doesn't mean that Julian Alvarez won't have the space, because they can play together. Because Julian Alvarez can be more of a second man, playing behind the striker.
Will he play straight away, you reckon, Julian Alvarez?
I think he currently fits more the Guardiola system than Haaland.
But he couldn't start ahead of Haaland, I'd say. But you reckon
for status, no.
For 70 million, Haaland...
60 million.
Well, in general, 70 million euros, I'd say, no? Wasn't it?
I mean, yeah, just let us think a little. It was not only the 60 million or 70 involved in the deal. They had, I think, I read that the transfer rose up to $90 million euros through other agent costs and signing fees, etc. So, okay, it's quite a fair price. Not a fair price, still below market value, still a great snatch. But it was not as cheap as people think, and his salary must be brutal, okay?
So how much is your rating, you reckon, for Haaland? From 0 to 10.
I would say 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10?
For Haaland, yeah.
So
just because he doesn't fit the Guardiola system. As I said before, the best Guardiola teams we've seen playing are always without the pure number 9, And that's the only reason I gave it a 7 out of 10, because it's Haaland. And Haaland is a synonym of goals.
Okay, here's my point. I agree with you that City... Well, I disagree with you when you say that City didn't need a striker, because last summer, City did everything in their possible mind to get Harry Kane, and that didn't work out. So in his Guardiola's mind, he really needed a striker. Now, this season, they got two. They got two options in which Haaland in Alvarez, gives guarantees to Guardiola, and he actually wanted Julian Alvarez this summer, which in the first deal, he was going to be in December. So it showed that Guardiola had the urgency to have both players immediately. I agree with you, though, when you said that the style of play of Alvarez is better with Guardiola, completely. But I reckon Haaland is just going to be absolute madness with Guardiola at the start. I reckon that will happen because, look, the positioning of Erling Haaland inside the box with the movements that are going to be set up by Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden. I really reckon Foden and Haaland will be a really scary duo next season. I really reckon that duo, those images, those moments, they're going to come. I am with high expectations.
Don't forget about Mahrez as well.
For sure. I think Bernard Silva, though, it's going to be a lot of doubts. I think he might go, with the Haaland arrival too. But about Haaland's rating, I'm going to give 8 out of 10. And Julian Alvarez, did you give a rating on him?
No, but we can talk about him. For people who don't know, I think he's gonna follow Aguero's legacy. Okay, he's the type of player that reminds me of a young Aguero.
Le Araña.
He's really pacey. He runs a lot. His work rate is amazing. He comes a lot to get the ball on the back of the pitch, and he goes to finish it on the final third. He's always moving, always looking for the ball. He just scored 6 goals in one Copa Libertadores match. Okay, it's crazy numbers against Alianza Lima in Peru.
One in each half.
Yeah, one hat-trick in each half. It's kind of crazy, and all of them were like good goals. Only one was like average, but all of the rest of the goals, like 5 goals, were like amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any denomination for 6 goals? Like
I have no idea, but just
double hat trick. I don't know.
Just the fact that he's doing that, and it's crazy. Like, remember when Haaland scored 9 goals for Norway, and now you have another one.
But it was like under 19s or under 17s.
9
but
goals.
okay, this was like in the Southern America Champions League. Okay.
Peru team Alliance. It's I
but it's like you don't see many players scoring 6 goals in a Champions League match, even if it's like against Maribor. Okay. So no disrespect to Maribor.
It's completely true.
It's quite rare.
Do you reckon Alvarez will? How many goals do you reckon in the Prem for Alvarez?
So last year he scored in 21 matches in the league. He scored 18 goals and provided 6 assists. So it depends a lot on the usage Guardiola is going to give him. But I would say 10 to 15 goals first season in the Prem.
10.
I would say 10, yeah.
In the Prem?
More towards the 10 side than the 15.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to go more with the 10, more to the 10 side, but again, I agree with you that he's going to be...
But from the bottom, you're just going to say like from 5 to 10.
Yeah, I'll say 10, 15 too, so. Because I do believe he's going to be one of the best super subs. As at the start of the Premier League season, I think Julian Alvarez will rocket out of the bench first. And then there's that possibility of the duo Aguero-Dzeko regen Haaland Julian Alvarez.
That's true, that would be amazing.
But what's your rating with all this for Julian Alvarez?
So yeah, Julian Alvarez was snatched by City by an amount surrounding 15 million.
14 million pounds.
It was 14 million pounds, like 16 million euros. I think that's an amazing deal for what he can bring to the team. I think he's a future prospect of the Premier League. Even without playing, we already know that he's going to be on top. He will be a future name to have on our minds. So I'm going to say Julian Alvarez, a rating 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10?
Value for money wise, yeah.
And Haaland 7 out of 10?
Man, you need to take into account that Julian Alvarez costs 15 million euros, okay? And for what I think he's going to bring to Man City's side, Guardiola's Man City side, I think it's worth more than the Haaland transfer.
I do reckon Julian Alvarez can become a City legend, but I'll give it.
How many players from this caliber can you get for 15 million euros?
I do think this was one of the best scouting buys before the summer even started, because they bought him before the 6 goals. So the price of Julian Alvarez after 6 goals, we don't know how much it'd be, but I would guarantee that it wouldn't have been 14 million pounds that City got, but I will give a rating for Julian Alvarez for this transfer 8.5. I'll give it 8.5. I'll give it that inch because you said financially. It does set a difference. And Julian Alvarez, there's another thing too with Emiliano Martinez. He said that Julian Alvarez is going to be a superstar too. So you can lean on that, okay, before the Finalissima. He said that. And he's a hard-working kid and a humble kid too. So that's where you can lean on.
Yeah, his work rate is amazing, and if you look at him play, he plays amazingly with both feet. Okay, he bangs in goals inside and outside of the box with both left and right foot, and that adds value to a team, completely. A lot of value, because it's really unpredictable for the defenders.
Completely,
they don't know he's gonna put it to his right foot or his left foot. They don't know,
completely.
And that for a striker, it's like one of the most valuable attributes that
definitely. He's very comfortable. That's the common trait with South American players too. So Aguero teaching them well. So people, put down below your ratings about Alvarez and Haaland. We'd love to know those ones. And now, let's go to big boy transfers that happened here. Luis Diaz, okay? What were your thoughts on Luis Diaz this season, Pedro?
Haaland is a big boy as well, come on. Luis Diaz, I mean, I have almost no words for Luis Diaz for what the season he was having in Portugal. He was wrecking every defense easily. He was the type of player that you could see that was not for our league, for Portuguese league, was way out of his due zone.
The best player while he was in Portugal.
For sure, I reckon, yeah.
Darwin wasn't the same. Darwin wasn't the Darwin we see today.
No, it was a little bit. Darwin improves a lot during the second half of the season.
Completely agree.
So yeah, Luis Diaz, 45 million euros plus 15 add-ons, but we don't know on what are the objectives. But during his campaign in the league, in half a year, he has done 18 matches, 14 goals, 4 assists. Okay, 1 goal contribution per match. It's crazy. And not only that, but the dribbles, the energy he put in the game. Okay,
completely.
It drove the other players also. And he's a really energetic player. He communicates with the other players without even knowing English. Okay, Klopp says it. I mean, I have no idea how Luis Diaz communicates with them, but he's able to do so. He has friends.
Best friends is Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones, and he has
British guys.
Yeah,
he has no clue how to say even yes or no. I mean,
he doesn't.
He probably knows. Yeah, but he can't understand almost anything. It's quite amazing how a person's energy can influence his surroundings, you know. And I think Luis Diaz is that player that has a positive energy surrounding him.
Definitely.
And his campaign in the Champions League was also crucial for Liverpool.
Completely. That Villarreal game, the second half, he comes on, he completely puts
he
on.
He earned that Champions League final start. He earned it.
Well, but I don't.
Yeah, but he earned it.
He did.
Whether he played well or not, it's another story. But he earned it. And he even
didn't play badly.
He even managed to score against an old rival, Benfica.
True. True. He was a trouble in that match.
Yeah, I think it was one of his best matches with the Liverpool.
I could believe. Yeah, man of the match. Well, the man of the match.
Yeah,
I reckon.
He was.
So Luis Diaz, so electrifying, one of the best signings in this January transfer window. Like he came in January, 45 million. You said variables 215. So how much is your rating for Luis Diaz, you reckon, Carvalho?
So my rating for Luis Diaz, for what he has done in Portugal and for what he brings to Liverpool, what he's bringing to Liverpool, would be 9 out of 10. Also, because of what he costs, okay? You're getting a peak player, a player that's probably replacing Sadio Mane, and that's delivering constantly, immediately. He's still 25.
I think you said it for me. A player that is going to replace Sadio Mane. I completely agree with you. Because when Klopp got Luis Diaz, his initial reaction was, I thought we were going to get him in the summer. Because Tottenham just anticipated and put on a bid, and Liverpool just had to answer with it.
And you just can see the confusion on Klopp's mind. Like, who am I going to play? I have like 4 sub players to start. And I can only choose 3.
But that confusion seems to be going, okay? As it seems, we got Sadio Mane leaving. And now Luis Diaz, again, substitution of Sadio Mane. I agree with you. Electrifying. Like, I'll give it, instead of a 9, I'll give it a 9.5. Because
oh my gosh,
so close to that 10.
The highest rating yet.
To the perfection. Because I would have given a 10 if they won or the Champions League or the Premier League, okay? I do think that was the cherry on top of the cake needed.
By giving a 10, you're saying that there's no possible transfer better than
that player to go there, yeah.
Okay.
Than that player. But Luis Diaz is very, very hard. For me, it was almost perfect. Almost perfect. I won't say Mbappe levels, but like, you know what I mean? It was really, for the price that he came for, unbelievable. So I'm going to give a 9.5. So let's get to the next transfer. 2 more.
Yeah, let's go to Spurs side.
Spurs side. Yes. So let's go with one of the best signings another one of the best signings in the January transfer window, people. Kulusevski, okay? So I know you're a big fan of Kulusevski, right?
I am actually. I think Juve was really wrong to let him go.
Allegri.
for that value, for that money. 30 to 35 million, I think. He's the type of player that just fits Premier League, okay? He has amazing physical abilities. He's vertical. He's a fair finisher as well. He has the pace. He has the energy. He's electrifying as well. He crosses the ball really well as well. So it's kind of a good player to play alongside Harry Kane, I think.
And he knows Conte.
And he knows Conte. Yeah, that has value as well. He revigorated himself in the second part of the season. I reckon that maybe the Premier League type style of play is more adequate to his game style than Serie A. I think the game style is more.
There's more goals.
There's more transitions where they can explore his pace. Okay, he's like a player that has a lot of raw pace, and I love that about him. I love those kind of players. First part of the season with Juve, all competitions, 25 games, 2 goals, 3 assists. Now with Tottenham, 18 matches, 5 goals, 8 assists in the Premier League,
Definitely.
The best league in the world. Come on, these are good numbers for a 22-year-old guy.
In 6 months,
Dejan Kulusevski. I think it was an amazing signing, amazing partnership with Son and Kane, putting a little bit by the side Lucas Moura. But I think value for money was good as well. So my rating for Dejan Kulusevski transfer it's going to be an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. 40 million, right? That's how much it cost?
I think it was 30 to 35.
Okay, 30 to 30. Okay, so leaning on what you said about Kulusevski, I just want to say this, though. When he leaves Juve doesn't have big strikers there. And that's why they went to get Vlahovic. So that could be a good reason why he didn't have a lot of numbers.
That's true.
And at Tottenham, he's just got the beauty of Son, which he should have been in the player association, Writers Association Award. I think he's out.
PFA.
The PFA, man.
What? He's out?
Son isn't in the PFA.
How can that be? That's outrageous, man. That's outrageous.
Yeah,
it's such a shame. Man.
Like, that is
You can't do that. He won the Golden Boot, the Premier League Golden Boot.
With no penalties.
With no penalties. That's amazing, man.
Yeah, completely. I completely
24,
agree with
24, 21.
23, I think. But
man, that's amazing. Come on.
So, and Kulusevski was very important for those goals to happen, I reckon. And Perišić and Conte making a very good decision, seeing that Kulusevski is undervalued a bit. Okay, he's more valuable than what they're gonna get him, in my opinion, considering the Premier League too. And again, I agree. He's good in transitions. He has that creativity. He likes to make that decision making in attack, creating the tempo. I love Kulusevski's tempo on the pitch too. And yeah, it's just counter-attack. He can set it up with 1 pass too. And that's what that midfield of Tottenham needed. One midfielder that had that responsibility. A bit like they wanted Lo Celso to be that guy, you know? But it didn't happen. So Højbjerg, Kulusevski being there is an elite transfer.
Such a shame for Swedish fans that they cannot see Kulusevski crossing the ball to Zlatan.
But
they're not contemporaneous by a little amount of time.
So my rating for Kulusevski, I'm going to give it an 8.2 out of 10. I agree with you, with Kulu. And yeah, it's a fantastic transfer that, yeah, for it being, that's why it's going to be a guarantee this summer. And yeah, Conte's going to have him. Conte's going to have him for next season. But Conte's going to have another player, okay?
A big boy.
And I think this is going to be a huge rating. Well, at least for me, I'm hyping people up already. But you should be hyped if you're a Tottenham fan. Because you guys went and signed Perisic. Tottenham went bold, didn't they? Come on. elite.
Yeah, and after his first year at Tottenham, I think Jose Mourinho wanted Ivan Perisic at Tottenham.
Okay.
And Daniel Levy rejected his request. He said, "Nah, he's
United
too
too, right?
He's too old."
Mourinho wanted Perisic too at United.
Really? I didn't know that, but I know as a fact that he wanted him at Tottenham.
I know that.
And Daniel Levy rejected him because he's too old. He won't be worth the money.
Perisic always
And
wanted.
that season, he won the league with Bayern, okay? And the next one, he was a starter for Inter to win the first Scudetto in 10 years.
With Conte.
Okay? And who was the last person to win the Scudetto with Inter before that year? Jose Mourinho himself.
But Conte.
But yeah, that has nothing to do with Perisic. But Perisic was instrumental in that title win, okay? And he even improved his numbers this season.
True.
Showing that his age doesn't matter, and he would have been of great effect back in the days when Mourinho was at Tottenham, okay? This season, he had 35 matches, 8 goals, 7 assists, and he was a key player. He started almost every match, I think, in the Serie A. And even he was also important in Coppa d'Italia. Inter won Coppa d'Italia this year.
Yes, he
scored 2 goals, okay?
What a game by him. That was a really good game.
Yeah, and I mean, he's an amazing player because, I mean, he's not that explosive kind of player, but he's like, he has the shot. He has an amazing shot. You talked about tempo with Kulusevski. I say that Ivan Perisic is a tempo king. He knows when to do stuff, okay? He knows when to change direction. He knows when to shoot. He knows when to cross the ball. He just reads the game perfectly. And it just gets better with age, you know?
I completely
agree.
agree.
I think Tottenham needs the experience at the front, and it will be a key player. So yeah, I think Ivan Perisic for Tottenham, 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. I agree with a lot of
On
points.
the free, man. Come on.
Don't completely agree. I agree with a lot of points that you said there. And the expectations, the biggest hype I have to see Perisic at Tottenham is to see him crossing that ball and Son or Kane just bullet header. That is going to be on repeat for Tottenham fans. And these are the type of deals that make Tottenham closer to that top 3 ahead of Chelsea, in my opinion. Getting players like Perisic. This is an interesting fact too. You said Conte with the Scudetto with Perisic. Conte was the person that converted him into a wingback. So the player that he is today, a lot was because of the Tottenham manager. So Conte wants him at Tottenham, and it makes sense. He will start. And
so you reckon he will play him at the wing back?
Yes, wing back. I think Perisic will play at the wing back, and it's just gonna be amazing, man. And decision making too. You referred to that. That was one of the key points I had. And he's gonna be the difference in that wing. Okay.
So you don't think he's gonna start on the front 3? You think Kulusevski's gonna start?
Yes.
I think trio ahead of him.
Yeah, I think he's gonna put him as wing back. Yeah, because I think Emerson Royal and Reguilon are in trouble. I think he might get 2 new wing backs. Okay, and yeah, for me, Perisic has to start. And at Inter, come on, it's just so fitting. He was playing so well over there, and yeah, I really reckon he'll play in that position. And so my rating for Perisic is, as you have, I have a 9.2 for Perisic with Conte. So people, put down below any transfers you want me and Pedro to react, and all the players we mentioned. Tell your ratings for these players, for Haaland, for Perisic, for Kulu, for Luis Diaz. Go bold and tell us your transfer ratings. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like this video.
Man, I wish we could have done this for Maguire back in the days.
The ratings on my days. So people, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.
Peace out, guys.